The family that owns Americana Bookcraft here at Division Street near North 33rd Street has been here for 41 years. There aren't very many bookbinders in Montana and Wyoming, which makes this a unique business, and it certainly has stood the test of time. A visit to Americana Bookcraft is like a trip into the past. John Rist is preserving history, one stitch and thread at a time.
A lot of these big old Bibles have been passed down from generation to generation.
Rist has made a career of preserving the past, having purchased and worked on some very old books.
I've done so many of these old Bibles, and they're all beautiful in their own way.
It's a business his parents started about 40 years ago.
I lost my father about a year ago, and he was a really hard worker, and everything in here is what he did. He set everything up.
His inspiration was first to help his parents, and now he and his wife continue the legacy of the business. His mom died 8 years ago, and his dad passed away last year.
Just know that Ann and I send our love and our sympathy, and very sorry to learn of this death of your dear father.
One of his most famous customers is former U.S. Senator Alan Simpson of Wyoming. Simpson has brought in several books, including some from his great-grandfather.
He knows that his customers have sentimental value toward those books.
But before taking over the business, Rist first worked for KTVQ, and as a former photographer, he encountered a big story after he became a bookbinder.
And God said, let the waters under the heaven be gathered together into one place.
Apollo 8 astronaut Frank Borman read those words on Christmas Eve in 1968. Rist bound the entire transcripts for Borman, Jim Lovell, and William Anders.
If I had some Super Bowls of bookbinding, the Apollo 8 astronaut book is probably right up there in the top.
Rist put the book into leather-bound copies, one for each day.
Every word that was said on that 6-day mission was in that book.
Other customers are perhaps less well known. Several years ago, Rist's dad bound some books for his friend Leland Cade, who researched and wrote about his family and other homesteaders near Lavina.
It was very, very important to Leland that this part of our history not be lost.
History preserved thanks to this Billings man passionate about his craft, even though others like him are difficult to find.
It's a real honor for me to help these people out, to preserve their history for the next generation.
In Billings, David J., MTN News.